Hi, I'm Dr. Chai Ling, and together with my team at SW1, I'm here to change the world one face at a time. Welcome to SW1's podcast channel, where we cover topics from beauty to skin health. We will give you the lowdown on how to look and feel your best, so tune in to us every Tuesday and Fridays. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Chai Ling from SW1 Clinic, and I'm back here today with Dr. Chia Hui Ling, my good friend and plastic surgeon from SW1 Clinic, and we are going to talk about the diet that reverses aging. So Hui Ling, so many people have been talking about eating their way to younger looking skin. Do you get this kind of enquiries from your patients as well?
Yes, I do. So a lot of people ask what they should be eating to get better skin and better hair. So I think generally you should have a well-rounded diet.
Yes.
And with the right amount of vitamins and minerals. And also a lot of people are going on diet and trying to eat less fat, but actually a healthy fat in the diet is also very good for the skin.
One question I've been asked by my patients is whether they should be taking vitamin supplements. And I think I'm a little torn on this issue. In the past, I would tell them they don't have to, because if they have a healthy diet, that would probably cover all the vitamins. But the other side of the argument is that nowadays, with the kind of food we consume, they are actually more nutritionally empty. So perhaps vitamin supplements could optimize their diet. What do you think? Do you personally take vitamins yourself?
I would have to admit that I don't eat very well, sometimes because of working lifestyle and children. So I do take some supplements and just a general multivitamin and multi-mineral supplement for just for general health.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You don't take anything else apart from multivitamins and multi-minerals, that's it?
Well, I also take a fish oil supplement.
Yes, okay.
So that is known to be good for the heart and also for the skin. And I also take biotin.
Yes.
So biotin is also a good mineral for hair and skin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's very interesting. Do you have any recommendations as to what they should be looking for if they are trying to purchase a multivitamin? Do you get yours online or perhaps, I don't know, in a clinic somewhere?
Oh, so I do get mine from the pharmacy and just well-established brands, and I recommend going for the organic ones.
So okay, so you do what I have been taking is, and I tell my patients that I think omega-3 fish oils are very important. Because I don't think we're taking quite enough fish, In terms of multivitamins, I think if you have a relatively good diet, you may be able to get away with it. So for me, omega-3 fish oils are very good. What I also personally take are the probiotics.
Yes.
I definitely don't drink enough milk or yogurt. And I think if you have listened to my last episode of the podcast, we were actually discussing probiotics for the skin. So probiotics, for the listeners, is actually like good bacteria. That's what you get in Yakult or even yogurt. And I find when I combine some probiotics with my skin, I tend to get less pimples. Also, I sometimes get a bit of eczema, and so that also seems to have recurred less often. So I think that's helpful for me.
Yeah. So I have been recommending some probiotics for my patients with eczema as well, and that seems to have helped.
Okay.
And also for children, actually.
Yes.
So I don't take probiotics myself, but my children do take probiotics.
Yes.
And I think it helps not only with their gut regulation, having a healthy bowel movement every day, but it also helps with their skin.
Okay.
I tend to see less rashes.
So it works for kids as well.
Skin is also in better condition after probiotics.
But the issue that a lot of my patients, it comes back to the main question is, taking all this is good for your skin now, but can we actually reverse your skin age? And I think that's like the $1 million question, right? What can we take to make sure that we don't age quite as fast?
Well, as of now, I don't know of anything that you can take to reverse aging. But there are things that you can do for your skin apart from taking supplements to reverse the skin age. For example, like using like with energy devices like
Okay.
ultrasound
Yes.
and radio frequency.
Yes.
I think that helps with collagen remodeling
Yes.
of the skin.
Yeah, I think the studies for those are pretty strong. So if we want to have skin that looks younger, I think most of us will go for, like as you mentioned, a thermage, the radio frequency,
Yes,
or Althera, which is microfocus ultrasound.
The other thing I like to add is that the collagen, a lot of supplements and drinks,
Yes,
they are saying that you can take collagen, but collagen is actually a protein.
Yeah.
So when you take it, it actually gets denatured and digested in the stomach.
Yeah.
So the effectiveness is a bit dubious.
Yes. So what you're saying is that even if you take collagen supplements, it may not translate into collagen on your
the
face,
skin, yeah.
right? Yeah, I always thought that was interesting because my patients would tell me they are taking this 2 tablets of collagen, and I'm thinking, how will the collagen zero in on the wrinkles on, say, your forehead? It could be going to anywhere, your knees perhaps, and secondly, we don't even know if it is absorbed
That's
to
right.
any extent. But how about stem cells? I know this is a bit of a controversial area, but there are some people that are so sold on stem cells. They are talking about maybe consuming some form of stem cell extracts. Have you heard of that? Is that something that you think will reverse skin aging?
Yeah, I have read about the stem cell supplements and placenta supplements. Personally, I don't believe in oral stem cells.
Okay.
Because again, it can be digested
Yes.
in the stomach. There are stem cells can be injected for medical reasons. For example, in leukemia, and to replace the bone marrow cells after chemotherapy. But I think the use of stem cells for injections stops there at the moment because the safety profile of other users have not really been proven by research.
I read a study where they were doing stem cell research on aging mice, and they managed to inject stem cells into aging mice and then increase their lifespan by about 30%. But I think that is still pretty much in the research phase. No human trials so far. But I think perhaps in a more localized area, there are some advances where we can actually utilize materials in our body, such as fat that's rich in stem cells, to make our skin younger. So that's something that you are quite familiar with, isn't it?
Yeah, so there is a saying that aging is like a deficiency of stem cells.
Yeah.
So as you grow older, you get less and less stem cells in your body, and that's why you can't repair and regenerate. So actually, one of the richest source of stem cells in the body is fat. Although the concentration is the highest in bone marrow, but the fat, because we have a lot of it, some people more than others,
I have a lot of it,
you have actually quite a lot of these stem cells. And you may have heard about like fat grafting, fat transfer to the face, to the breast, and these, apart from volumizing, increasing the volume, it has actually shown to improve the skin quality, and that is believed to be due to the adipose-derived stem cells. So, for example, the skin has a better quality, pigmentation is reduced, it also helps with wrinkles. So I think there is, watch this space. I think there will be a lot more going on with fat and anti-aging.
I actually have a few patients that did the fat transfer with you, and I think from what they are saying, it's a procedure where you remove fat from areas of the body that you don't want, like maybe your thighs, and then you centrifuge this in a special machine to just extract all these young cells and then inject it back into, say, your face, where you need it the most. I think most of them found that immediately they do get a volumizing effect, so the face doesn't look so sunken. But what's surprising is most of them also say that with time they thought their skin got better. So there is some anti-aging process involved here. So I think that could be quite interesting. So it's definitely an area that we want to watch the space and see more.
And we're doing more of nano fat injection now. So nano fat actually does not contain any fat cells. So actually all the fat cells are sieved away, and we just use this fluid medium that bathes these fat cells, and these are then injected back into the skin, and they are shown to have high levels of growth factors and stem cells, and so that could be the component that's actually making your skin younger.
I see. So you have your microfat, the one that volumizes the face, and nanofat, where it's even more finer for complexion.
Yes.
So
Liquid
you get
gold.
so you kind of get all these young cells that will help your skin inside out. But it comes back to the diet. So it means that it's actually not too bad for us to eat a fatty diet and accumulate a little bit of fat, right? Because there are stores of stem cells for us to use in the future, isn't it? Have you heard of this intermittent fasting? I mean, I have to ask because it's one of the most popular fads among celebrity these days, where they don't eat for a while and they think that that's the secret to looking slimmer. But I've heard that actually by fasting you can also look a bit younger.
Well, I have met a few friends who have tried this diet, and it has definitely worked for them to lose weight. And they did actually find that there's some improvement in terms of energy levels, and their skin and their hair improve. Like they have a detoxification.
Yes.
So I believe that when you go into these fasting into a fasting process, it does help to detox the body during that time of fasting.
Yeah. You know, I think also an important point is that actually most of our body goes through this cleanup process of our DNA, and this cleanup process known as autophagy seems to be most optimum when you fast. So when you fast, you are actually enabling your body to do this great cleanup process. So I think fasting does help in terms of making you slimmer and keeping you looking younger for sure. Yeah. Do you have any tips for our listeners if they are thinking of what they can take perhaps to look younger, or maybe what they can avoid? Any take-home tips for them?
I think generally for a diet, you should have just a well-rounded diet.
Yes.
And if you don't eat well, you should take a supplement,
Yes.
Vitamin and mineral supplement, and also omega oils is very good for keeping the skin hydrated, and also probiotics. I would recommend that.
Yes.
And regular exercise to keep the circulation going.
Yes. And of course, maybe a lot of listeners wouldn't want to hear this, but the truth is that sleep is also very important, not just diet. You can probably eat all the vitamins you want, but if you're functioning on like 4 hours of sleep, then you still will probably look 10 years older, right? And exercise, I think exercise has been shown to actually optimize all your body processes. So while there's no one special diet for everyone to look younger, we can actually all optimize our diets by eating the freshest, most unprocessed foods, supplementing with vitamins. Try intermittent fasting, which I personally sometimes do it, which means I fast for 12 hours and then have small meals after that. And I think you are probably doing the best for your skin. Yeah.
That's right.
So this concludes our podcast for today. Please stay with us. If you have any questions, you can always email us and then we will answer them in our future podcast. Thank you for listening to SW1 Clinic. You've been listening to SW1's podcast channel. Write in to us if you have any topics you want us to cover by emailing help@sw1clinic.com.